many years ago, a chap called Kevin Kelly wrote an article called 1,000 True Fans. And it wasn't the early days of the internet, but it was early on in terms of what are we going to do with this thing? If we're a creator, we're an artist, we're a business person, how do we use the internet to do something, to get something, to make our art seen and heard by more people? I was carrying a yoga mat under my arm, I'm going to drop it. And he talks about 1,000 true fans, that all we need to make a living is 1,000 true fans of our work, to charge them a little bit of money, every once in a while, to charge them, to sell them things on a regular basis. And the 1,000 true fans is a very popular concept, and that's why it's lived on, and that article, and that idea is very much timeless. And one of the mistakes I see people make with who have high value, products and services and expensive problems to solve for people is that they approach the internet in that kind of amorphous big idea as a place to reach more people, as to amplify their messages, to broadcast it, and find as many people as possible to sell their stuff to. And I think that's a huge mistake, because the central point of 1,000 true fans wasn't the number. It wasn't 1,000 and doing the math so I can make $100,000 or I can make $1 million a year from 1,000 people. It was the true fans bit. And in an effort to reach more people, I think a lot of people compromise on who they are reaching, and they aren't focused enough on who they are for, and subsequently who they are not for. If you've paid any attention to me for any length of time, you probably appreciate that building a huge business, a glass office tower full of salespeople, full of infrastructure, full of costs, full of overheads, building a big business is not my jam. I like a solo business where I'm the delivery person and I've got a virtual assistant, who helps me. I'm responsible for clients. I'm responsible for, everything on the front end, and I use some help in the background, some automation, and nowadays AI to help me deliver that at scale and leverage. That I'm not here to build a business. I'm here to build an income and cash flow that helps me live the life that I live. And the people who want to build big businesses, I am not for you, in the sense of I may have some things of value to say, but following along and following my blueprints and following my strategies and even like fully buying into my philosophy would probably be counterproductive for you. And so in the purpose of like putting my message out there and going out there, I reach a lot of different people. And some of those people want to build businesses, that they want setters and closers and coaches and customer service people, and they want operations people, and they want integrators, and they want all these things that helps them deliver the service. And I'm not the guy to help you do those things. Some of my clients have those things. Some of my clients have pretty large businesses. A lot of the clients I consult to have those things, but they don't come to me for, the lifestyle advice and the philosophy. They come to me to consult to them to understand how they can make those things more efficient, because they know that's my jam. And in the course of True Fans, we have to be very, very clear about who we are for and who we are not for. Because the idea that the internet is just there to reach more people and broadcast our message and those things has got a lot of utility in it. But in the process, we're going to go out there and we're going to meet and come across a lot of people who aren't for us, and we are not for them. And in the process of messaging and marketing, a lot of people forget that messaging and marketing is designed to attract, but it's also designed to repel. And not in a repel in terms of, push people away, but just be very, very clear who we are not for, so we don't need to engage in conversation. We don't have, unmet expectations, or we don't have misalignment as we go along in the relationships we form with people. The internet is flippin' amazing for finding more people to, buy your stuff and build your communities around and help, and deliver to. But it's even better for building, a tribe that, buys into, certain philosophies and certain principles that you have and that you share together. Because that's where the power is. And if you want to build, strong, robust things that may or may not be businesses, then having those true fans, people you vibe with, people that you're fully, on the same page with, practically and philosophically, it makes a huge difference. And funnily enough, the more aligned you are with your clients, the more aligned you are with, the way that they live, their lifestyle, the people that they are, what they believe, what their values are, then the longer they stay and the better the business ultimately is. Because if you build, strength on those things that don't change, then you have something very, very strong. But if you only build it on the surface level things, the strategy and the tactics, those things change all the time. And there's always that largely they are a commodity. And so that means that people will be moving through your world if you only build it on the strategies and tactics. Which is all to say, be clear about, firstly, who you are, what you are for, and what you are not for. And when you communicate those things out to the world, at the end of the day, the true fans will find you and they will ultimately come to you.